glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, who teach and rule well, teaching 100% truth, and peace, love, blessings, and salutation to the sincere Akim and Atwaf, who are listening in on this truth and pushing in this truth, trying to make their calling of election sure. And shalom to the brothers pushing the truth across the four winds of the earth, and shalom to the hopeful elect. May the calling of election be upon our homes. All right, shalom. Hey, man, I'm just coming back with another lesson. Just wanted to go into two particular chapters and a couple precepts, man, going in on, which I'm gonna title this lesson, man, flesh against spirit and spirit against flesh, man, because, on this walk, we got to understand that even us trying to walk in the spirit, man, that this flesh is gonna mess with us sometimes, man. This flesh is always gonna be wanting to activate itself, man, and get you to be carnal, and to get you to be worldly, man. But at the end of the day, we know that, we got to fight and war for our spirit to be activated, man. To constantly be in the spirit, man. Because your flesh will profit you nothing, man. And it's a lot of things in this world that your flesh is attached to, and want to partake in, man. And will try to get you to go off, to partake in those things, man. But you got to be spiritually minded, We got to constantly be built in the spirit, man. The only way we're going to do that, is by building in his faith, building in his word, building in his truth that the Lord Yahweh Shai has given us, man. So with that, let's go into my first couple precepts. This is Galatians 5:13. It say, "For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another," man. So we supposed to be, edifying one another, man. Keeping brothers sharp, ultimately, doing the will of Yahweh Shai, man. Trying to wake up. Which, Salakia, let me not say that, because it's the Lord that do the increase, man. The Lord give it the increase. The Lord wake people up, We just being the messengers, man. So we got to do the Lord's bidding by, giving out this word, man. That's showing our love towards another, man. Edifying and getting into these scriptures, showing our people their transgression that the scriptures say, So we got to use our liberty that the Lord has given us, man, to build in the spirit, and not so much try to feed your flesh, man. Not so much try to, be consumed into the ways of this world, man. So with that, and guess what? The Lord even said it, man. Don't be caught up in the fears of this life. Basically, just paraphrasing that. But it's brothers know I'm talking about that scripture, man. So we can't be caught up in the things of this life, man, because the things of this life is ultimately only, set up to please your flesh. The only thing that was given to us, for us to feed our spirit, man, is this word, man. Is the spirit of Yahweh Shai in his word. Everything else in this world, because we know it's being run under a wicked vibration, man, is just occasion to please your flesh. So we can't be caught up in that, man. Yeah, it's gonna be times where you gotta have a balance in it. You may have a game that you play, or you may be someone that you like music, so you may do little things in your spare time, or play basketball, or anything, man. You may watch sports or just any of those things, but with the point that I'm making is you can't be consumed up in that, man, to the point to where that's all you doing. Especially if you in this ministry, just feeding your flesh, being consumed by the things in this world, man. Scriptures say, though we be in the world, we're not of the world, man. So ultimately, we're going to be trying to fight to make sure that our spirit is right, man. We're not going to be trying to do so much as more to try to feed our flesh, and that's basically what this lesson about, man. You got to feed your spirit more, and fight off your flesh, because your flesh will have you going off. I'm gonna skip on down to verse 16. It say, "This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh," man. Because that's all this thing is, man, with this flesh, man. Just you lusting after things of this world, man. Whether it's a woman, whether it's a job, a car, money, all those things, man, are, reverenced being things that, lustful to the flesh, man. You know? Which not saying that you're not gonna deal with none of those things, man, but it's just a balance. You know? You can't be caught up in that, man. You can't be consumed in that, like I said, man. To where it's the point that that's the only thing you serving, man, more than, you being involved in the spirit and being involved in this truth. You know? That's what becomes a problem at, man. When putting more time into pleasing your flesh than you put more time into walking in the spirit. Verse 17, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. Because it's a constant battle, man. One they pulling against each other, man. You want to be in the spirit, but your flesh wants you to do this. Then you may find yourself doing some, fleshly, and your spirit may call you to do this. So it's just a constant battle amongst each other, man. But we fighting more, for the spirit, because we know at the end of the day, that's just what's going to get us saved, man. Being in the flesh, and walking out the things of the flesh, man, is going to get you destroyed, man. Because it's going to lead you into a carnal mind. We know that scriptures speak on that, about carnal mind being deaf. It say verse 17, once again, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Because your flesh ultimately try to have you not wanting to make a lesson, or not wanting to watch videos, or not wanting to read, or not want to, pray. All those type of things, man, to have you so invested in this world that you could get sidetracked. That's why you got to constantly examine yourself, man. As the scriptures say, we got to constantly examine ourselves and make sure that we moving how we supposed to be moving, man, and that we not being consumed to the ways of this world, man. That we're not putting too much time, into the things of this world, man, then we doing this truth. So with that, let's grab another one. This is Romans 8. We'll jump in there. And we'll start from verse 3, and I'll read on down. This is Romans 8 and 3. It say, for what the law could not do, and that it was weak through the flesh. So it's hard to try to maintain and keep the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai when we in this flesh, man, because the flesh is weak. As the scriptures say, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, man. This flesh is weak, and it can give off to having you on the lust after anything in this world, man. Whether it's like I named the numerous of things, man. From women, your job, money, even the way you eat, man. Which I've been hearing a lot of brothers, speak on, having that, trying to have a balanced diet, trying to make sure you consuming the right things, which we know all this stuff that Esau Edom is, ultimately putting out is basically tainted. But, to the best of our ability, we try to, go by doing and trying our best, to eat and do the right things, man. But even in that, man, the flesh will have you, trying to go off, man, wanting you to go off, even with that. So you just got to be careful, man. Just continue to just, try to stay in the spirit, man. Because it's easy to be given over to your flesh, man. It say, reading on, Yahweh sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, man, because Yahweh Shai, was the only one that walked on this earth, man, where he fought his flesh, man. He didn't sin, And guess what? We're trying to be in the likeness of that, man, because we know we're not going to be Yahweh Shai, because the scriptures speak on that the servant is not greater than his master, But we want to walk as walk as that example that he set, to the best of our ability, that we try to overcome this flesh, because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai overcame it perfectly, Verse 4, it say that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us. Hold on. Come on now. Slack you, man, my newborn. Verse 4 again, it say that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. And see, that's what's going to ultimately have you, wanting to do what's pleasing to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the fact that you being in the spirit. Your flesh don't want that. Your flesh going to cause you to do contrary to that, man. Your flesh going to cause you not to want to keep the laws, man, not wanting to, do the commandments, man, to the best of your ability. Even though we know we're not going to be saved by it, we're going to be saved by grace. As the scriptures say, man, by grace are ye saved. But at the same time, we try to, establish the law, man. We try to, do it and apply it in our life to the best of our ability, But this flesh will cause you not wanting to do that, man. This flesh will cause you to, ultimately want, put you in a mind state to go off. That's why we got to constantly fight it, man. Verse 5, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit, man. So you got to catch yourself, man. You got to examine yourself, man, to know which one are you doing more. Are you doing more things of the flesh, or are you doing more things of the spirit, Because at the end of the day, man, hey, only one is going to have a good outcome, and that's being in the spirit, Your flesh gonna get you destroyed, man, if you following the things of the flesh, man. And you being so consumed and caught up in the things of the flesh, it can ultimately get you destroyed, man. So we don't want to be like that. We don't want to follow that path, man. We've been called into this faith so that hopefully, Lord willing, after Roth Pazah, man, how about Shah choose us, man? We get chosen, You don't want to be in this thing, man, just to get, put to death. You want to be called in here. So, hey, ultimately, hopefully, we be chosen. And the only way we're going to do that, man, is by being in the spirit. Reading on verse 6, for to be carnally minded is death. See that? So if and how are you being carnally, man? By fulfilling the deeds of the flesh, lusting after the flesh. Will ultimately have you being carnally minded. And the Lord said, for to be carnally minded is death. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace, man, because, hey, this is what's giving us life. This was giving us that breath of life. We have been reborn again, man, through the spirit, We have learned how to live, And ultimately, man, we're gonna find that peace. When Yahweh Shah come back and Lord willing deliver us, we're gonna find that peace, But nothing good can come after, warring after your flesh, man. Continuing on, verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh. Let's get what that word enmity means. Let's go into the inner liner. And let's pull that word. Because the scriptures say that to be carnally minded is enmity against Yahweh. Salakia. Let's try to grab that again.
Strong's G 21A.
Oh, Salakia, my Bluetooth still hung up. But the word for that is enmity, cause of enmity, hatred. You see that? So the Lord hate, someone that's like that, man. Warring after that flesh being carnal, man. The Lord hate that. So let's go back. Salakia, let's go back into it. Because the carnal mind is enmity, mean the Lord hate it. The Lord is against it. And it's against the Most High. Because the carnal mind, the Lord is not with that, man. That is ultimately, everything being against the Lord, being against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So we don't want to be like that. It say, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh. Because it's not hand in hand with the law. It's not hand to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's hands with this world, man. It's hands with mainly majority Esau Edom's way. So-called white man. It's not joint to what Yahweh Shem Yahushua wants. So we don't want to be like that. It's a neither indeed can be. So it can't be at all, man. Nothing carnal can be considered spiritual, man. It's considered of your flesh, and it's considered a way to be put to death, man. Verse 8, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. You see that? So you can't please, you're not pleasing the Lord, man, if you spending more time feeding your flesh more than you pleasing your spirit, man. You know? You ultimately pissing the Lord off. That's not pleasing to the Lord, man. What's pleasing to the Lord is that we walk in the spirit, you know, and keep this word, man, keep these sayings, you know, and follow his ways. Verse 9. And I'll leave it off right there. Verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. You know, and you can see majority of these people in the world don't have the spirit of our Messiah, Yahweh Shai, man. You know, Hamashiach, man, the Messiah. You know, they don't have that spirit, man. You know, because the Lord is not dealing with them, man. The Lord say, now, if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his, man. You know? So the Lord not dealing with these people, man. You know? But the Lord say, we are not in the flesh. We're in the spirit. So if so be, the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in us, man. You know? The Lord is dealing with us, man. You know? Well, I say that humbly, you know? We believe that through our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man, you know, on down. You know, we believe the Lord, the spirit of the Lord is dealing with those men and dealing with, you know, the men that's following in that doctrine, you know, and that's doing whatever they can, man, to make their cause of election sure and sincerity. So that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to continue to try to stay in the spirit and fight off this flesh, man, you know, and not try to, you know, fulfill the lust and the deeds of the flesh, man, because it's a battle, man. It's a constant battle, and it's not going to be easy, but you got to put forth the effort, man. And the way you're going to do that is by staying in tune with this truth. You know, trying to do your best to be on fire for this truth, man. So, hey, man, with that, hey, Lord willing, I feel like the point was made. Lord willing, you know, this was edifying to the sheep, man. And with that, I want to close out, giving all glory, honor, infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honor to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, who teach and rule well, teaching 100% truth, and peace, love, blessing, salutation to the sincere Akim and Akwaf, who are listening in on this truth and pushing in this truth, trying to make their calling of election sure, and shalom to the brothers pushing the truth across the four winds of the earth, and shalom to the hopeful elect. May the calling of election be upon our homes. Till the next time, I want to say a wabba babba, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, a Baba Babal. Amen. Keep the faith. Shalom.